Hello, everyone. Happy May. I am just doing this briefly in the beginning of your reading to let you know that these are coming out later than I expected. I actually got really sick for maybe about 5 days where I was just down, couldn't really do anything. So because of that, I may be coughing a little bit, just to let you know. But I'm feeling a lot better. So this month for your general readings, of course, this is for your rising sun and moon of whatever sign I announce after this. I felt like using these two together this month. I'm skipping over the spiral altogether, and I'm going to be using the Gaian Tarot for your basic layout, and your clarifiers are going to be with the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. So just wanted to let you know that. Okay, see you in a second. Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your May 2019 General Tarot reading. Hope you guys are well. I'm going to show you your basic layout and then I'll get started. You're the first people to get this card so far. I just absolutely adore this card. This is the Child of Fire. This is your central experience for May. Looks pretty good, you guys. Your challenge is the Seven of Fire. What is helping you? Gee, am I sick of getting this card, even though it's a really nice card. You have the Ace of Earth as what's helping you. At the root of your being, you have the Elder of Water. In the recent past, on which you're coming away from, or experience you're coming away from, you have the Nine of Fire. Your best possible outcome card is Odd, and I had to pick a clarifier. I had to pick another one. You have like 4 clarifiers for your best possible outcome. This is like a full-on, very strange story. So it'll either resonate or it won't. As your best possible outcome, you have the Seven of Water, otherwise known as the Seven of Cups, along with a ton of clarifiers. Coming up for you in the future, you have another child. You have 2 children in here, otherwise known as pages or messages or something new. So you have the Child of Water as what's coming up. You right now are the Fool or the Seeker in your surroundings. You have the Five of Fire. Your hopes are for justice. And your general outcome, if I can pick it up, is the Three of Water or the Three of Cups. Pretty nice reading, you guys. Okay. So here we go. Your central experience for May is the Child of Fire in with listening. And so I got 2 distinct messages with this. I'm sure other ones might come out too, but the first one that I got is that if you happen to have a child or children, or if you work with children, are around children, are an important person in children's lives or a child's life, you need to cultivate your creative, fun relationship with this child, whether it's through play, going on adventures, taking them to new places to show them new things in the world. This child, if it is a child or children, this child is extremely warm, loving, affectionate. All children are those things, but this is the Child of Fire. So this child may be actually extremely talented or need to express themselves creatively. They might be artistic or musical or They like to run around. They like to get physical. They like to do things. You need to listen to this child. This child might have something to say to you, or you need to listen to your child in general more, or a child. And also to keep in mind, your children are listening to you. Sometimes children seem like they're not paying attention when things are going on with adults, whether it's a difficult situation at home with adults or something happening. They pick up on those things even if they seem as though they're not. Your child is listening to you closely, so you may want to pay a little bit of extra attention to what you say, what you think about, or what you express around them, because they are absorbing it. To be a positive, uplifting, encouraging force for young people. Children aside, if this has nothing to do with children, this child of fire is your own inner child. This inner child is coming out more than usual this month for a reason, and you need to be listening to your own inner child's needs. It seems as though your inner child wants to come out and play, or wants to have adventures or new experiences, or to be joyful, happy, and trusting. And you need to listen to the needs of your inner child and try to meet them so that your inner child is secure, happy, and well fed with what it needs. And this is also an approach that you're just taking in general in your life right now of wonderment. If you look at this little boy's face, he's just completely amazed, in awe, and just in wonderment over fire, just the element of fire. He's absolutely magnetized to it, and he sees it for what it is. Adults would look at it and say, oh, that's the fire. He's looking at it as a living entity. It's fire, the element. He sees it for all of what it is. And he's possibly learning how to fire tend. Maybe adults around him are showing him how to avoid getting burned, how to feed the fire properly, how to put out the fire properly, all of those things where he is safe. But this is, the look on his face is your approach this month of wonderment, of excitement, of new experiences that light you up, make you feel alive and full of awe. And on top of that, it seems as though you may be listening to your environment, to other people, to the energy around you very closely or sensitively. And this may be bringing you some brilliant ideas as well, or you're realizing some things that you haven't realized yet. So it looks pretty good to me, you guys. Your challenge. Your challenge is the 7 of fire in with goblins. And I'm getting that for a bunch of you, you may have something going on at work that isn't all that pleasant. Or random tricks or snafus or mess-ups are happening at work or with what you're trying to do. It could be that because there's such a central focus on play in this reading in general for May, it may be that you're simply just over the drudgery of work and day-to-day patterns or day-to-day duties you have to do. You may be checking out, so to speak, which is very unusual for you Capricorns. Usually you guys enjoy knocking things out or meeting your goals or getting things done, but I'm getting this is taking a backseat this month of this Capricornian energy of knocking things out, working, meeting your goals, getting things done, blah, blah, blah. It seems like if you try to force yourself to do this, you're going to have problems. Either you spend all day, as an analogy, you spend all day working on a weaving on your loom, only to realize near the end of the day that you fucked something up in the beginning of it and it ruined the whole thing and you have to toss it and start all over, or unravel it and start all over. It's like if you force yourself to knock things out, your heart's not really in it this month, and so it could cause you to have some issues where it delays things. So, or there may be something going on at work where there's other interferences, whether it's through other people gossiping, causing unnecessary problems for you. Either they mess something up and that messes up your work or something. And so my advice to you is leave this knocking things out, goal meeting part of yourself on the back burner or in the back seat this month, and instead focus on your central experience, which is play, enjoying yourself. As long as you can. I mean, obviously, a lot of us have to work our butts off just to pay rent or pay the bills or pay the phone bill or buy groceries. So, of course, I'm not telling you that you can't work this month. What I'm saying is that it shouldn't be your main focus this month. If you try to push yourself with work, it's only going to cause problems. If there is something difficult going on at work, ignore it. Don't engage. Just let it be what it is. Eventually it will get sorted out, hopefully by somebody else. So let me see if I can pull a remedy for this on what you should focus on. Where is it? Okay. Let me see. What is a good remedy for them that they can focus on? Okay. What you're doing may not be what you wish right now. Focus on your wishes, on what you really want, what makes you happy. What do you wish for? Put your intentions out there, or wish. If you are not satisfied with what you have going on for work anymore, or it doesn't even have to be work, it could just be focused action. Whatever, you're having a trouble this month with focused action because your priorities may be changing. And so instead, get clear about what your actual intentions or wishes really are. Take some time out to go to the sacred well and have some solitude or reflection time or moments of going within to get some clarity on what it is that you actually really want. It seems as though Spirit is there listening to you, so you have to be very careful about what you wish for because you're probably going to get it. Okay, so what is helping you? Excuse me, you guys. What is helping you is the Ace of Earth and Wide Open. And so what I'm getting is what is helping you is to be wide open to the things that have started to grow in your life. To me, I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that these seeds that are sprouting in your life were not planted by you. These may be wildflower seeds. This may be wild seeds from Spirit that are starting to sprout, that are starting to grow, that are starting to anchor their roots down into the ground. You have some unexpected, wonderful things growing in your life that perhaps you didn't even intend for or even wish for. But they're happening regardless, and you seem very excited about this and very open to the potentials and possibilities that are growing right now. There's possibly a bunch of seeds I'm getting. If they were wild seeds that blew in from the wind, there's probably way more than one. And some of these seeds may not make it. The majority of them probably will. And so you have to be open to the new things that are growing on their own in your life and to tend to them if necessary, to water them, take care of them, protect them. But really, there's nothing that you really have to do except to be wide open to potentials, possibilities, and what is out there, or what is actually really happening. It seems as though these seeds are important, and they will continue to grow, but you need to be open to what they could end up being. If there are wild seeds that were planted by the wind or by fairies, and there are mystery seeds that have sprouted, and you can see them, and they're growing, who knows what the heck they'll be. They could be bluebells. They could be sunflowers. They could be a plant that has never existed before. They could be anything. And so you have to be wide open to see what happens. What I'm getting is that you can't really have a plan here because there are some unexpected blessings happening. And the most important thing is that you are open to them, but you don't necessarily have to have a plan because certain things are wild. And there is no way of telling exactly what they will be. Okay, so this is what's helping you. Also, be wide open to more practical things like money coming in, new job opportunities, new living situations, new relationships, new things are growing in your life that aren't going anywhere anytime soon. It seems as though they're going to be sticking around and continuing to unfold and blossom. And really, all you have to do is be open to it. So, at your root, you have the Elder of Water in with coming to life. And this is deep within you. This is in your soul or at your core of your being. It seems as though you have woken up, or you are more perceptive or more aware than you have been in a very long time. Your intuitive abilities may be enhancing significantly, where you're receiving more clear messages from your environment, from how things feel, especially with things like empathy, of picking up on the emotions around you, emotions from other people, your own inner knowing, your own spidey senses, or your own way of being able to tell when rain is coming, when to know when to look for a rainbow. To your senses are accurate. You should be paying attention to your senses, all 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 of them, not just your physical senses, but your spidey senses too. They're coming alive dramatically. This may throw some of you off if you're not used to this. Everybody can develop their intuition. Everybody is intuitive to a certain degree, but this seems extreme to me. It seems like if you had a little bit of intuition before, you have a ton of it now. Or if you were already intuitive before significantly, it's even more amplified now. And this may take some maneuvering to adjust to it, but it doesn't seem garish or shocking to me. It just seems like you weren't expecting it to happen to this degree. You're coming alive. Your senses are coming alive. You're noticing. You're taking the time to notice things more. And this is kind of reminding me of here. Let's put it this way. This is kind of reminding me of the listening card. If you look at the man in the boat, he's sensing something, or he's looking at something. He's noticing something. He may be sensing that a storm is on its way, or he may be sensing that rain will happen later on that day, or he may be paying attention to a beautiful sunrise or sunset. But he's resting his oars and he's taking his time to soak in all of the vibrations around him, and then he reflects it against his own intuition, or in with his own intuition. And the elephant is listening carefully. So it seems as though you're tuning in, or you're paying attention way more than usual, or you're sensing things more than usual. Things are becoming more obvious to you than usual on an emotional or a intuitive level. This should be your guiding force. You should be paying attention to what you get and trusting it. You may be learning how to navigate your own emotional waters. Sorry about the jiggles, you guys. But this seems like a really positive process where you're coming to life. So in the past, or what you're coming from, You have the 9 of fire in with intention. And what I'm getting is that what you're coming away from is a period of really intending to be as aligned with yourself and as healthy as possible with all of your different bodies. You have been truly putting a lot of your personal intentions into becoming balanced or becoming whole or becoming aligned, where you feel clear, healthy, clear, aligned, renewed energy, feeling whole, feeling secure or comfortable with yourself. You feel accomplished, or you feel like you have been on a journey of aligning for a long time, but you feel like you're really seeing results now. And this is truly what you've been intending. You have wanted this, you have intended this. Perhaps this journey of becoming aligned started a while back. Maybe it started to kind of happen on its own, or it started with a small intention on your part. But the more that you saw results from this, the more that you intended it. And the more that you intended it, the more progress you have seen. Where now you feel pretty whole. You look pretty healthy to me. Or you look pretty aligned. Or this is what your intention is. And this is what you're coming away from. So this, okay, your best possible outcome. I'm just going to show them all to you at first, and then I'll break it down. Let me put this over here. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Your best possible outcome for May is the 7 of water. The next one after that is coming apart. After that, there is into the unknown. After that, you have unexpected visitors. And your final one after that is peaks of joy. And so I got a story. This is either going to resonate or not. It seems pretty precise to me. So you're going to be going on a journey as your best possible outcome for this month. This could be an external journey that you're actually on, or this could be an internal journey. But I am getting that it's a journey. It's a transformative, I can't even pronounce, transformative, is that how you say it? Journey. So it starts off with, or this could even be something that's still lingering from the past too. It doesn't have to be completely in the present or in the future. This could be something that lingers in you from the past that you're working your way through, but we'll get to that. So first, there is I'm just going to spout these things out. Hopefully it resonates. If not, oh well. So one message I'm getting is that you may have become emotionally numb. I don't mean necessarily right now. This could have been going on for a while. You may have felt emotionally numb, or emotionally unfulfilled, or emotionally hungry or thirsty. And perhaps some of you have numbed this out, numbed the feeling of numbness out with things like alcohol or smoking ganja or doing some kind of substance. Or it could be you longed for emotional satisfaction, but you have been dabbling with dating or relationships where you've tried different people out. You're looking at your possibilities. You've tried different relationships, and none of them have seemed to really quench your thirst or satisfy you. Or this could just be a vague feeling of emotional dissatisfaction or emotional thirst, of not knowing what to fill this feeling with. You may have filled it, being Capricorns, I'm sure some of you have filled this in by becoming workaholics, or you have felt emotionally numb and so you decided to devote the majority of your time to climbing mountains, and you have used something, people can even misuse things like meditation, yoga, lots of other things. Lots of things can be used to drown this out. Maybe you got so caught up with doing yoga to drown this out that you have pushed your body too hard. Or you have tried to satisfy this through relationships with other people, and it just hasn't cut it. Whatever this is, it seems as though you have tried to self-medicate yourself in one way or another. Or, again, it could just be a general feeling of discontent that you have been trying to get rid of, or trying to deal with, or figure out how to not feel this way anymore, where you can instead feel like this child's face, fully present. This man is not present. He's drowning himself, or he's trying to fill an emptiness up. So anyway, next, you're coming apart. That is this is coming apart. If you continue to do this, you are coming apart. This is no longer working anymore. No matter how many drinks you have, no matter how many people you are with, no matter how many mountains you climb, this is not fulfilling you, and you know it, and you're coming apart. But then, or you feel like you are being torn apart, or you are no longer in touch with yourself. But then there's into the unknown. Something has happened as your best possible outcome, where all of a sudden you're in a realm that you are not familiar with, and that is completely different from anything you are used to. There is hope in the background because of the rainbow. She is holding a key in her hand to unlock something. She's blindfolded. She has no idea what she's doing, but she has to have faith that she is on a journey or in an adventure, or she's most definitely taking some kind of a risk. She may be outside of her comfort zone, but there's something about what she's doing that is good, or feels right, or feels good, but there is no way of knowing what will happen. It's taking a risk or a leap, or taking yourself out of your comfort zone into something that is completely mysterious and unknowable. It's almost like this man who's trying to drown out something or fill something up within himself. That will no longer work, and it's falling apart, but all of a sudden he finds himself in a completely new realm that he's not familiar with. But it certainly is not boring him anymore. This is most definitely not a boring picture. This is not an emptiness. This is something mysterious, almost borderline scary, and exhilarating. This is making your senses come alive. So after this, you have unexpected visitors. There's unexpected magical people or a person coming into your life. This can be a partner in crime, a sidekick, an equal, a dear friend, a best friend, a lover, a partner, a soulmate, a twin flame. Whatever this is, it's unexpected, it's magical, it's curious, and it's bringing much needed adventure into your life. You know, how can you continue to stay bored when you have this strange child coming into your life? And this is another child. You have two children in here, and here's another child. You have something new coming into your life that is curious, very much alive, very much authentic, very much organically itself. Not pretentious, not false, not even all that adult. Something playful, something curious, something unexpected is coming into your life that is initiating adventure. And this is bringing you peaks of joy. This is very different from how this journey started, which was by feeling unfulfilled or feeling slightly empty or not feeling quenched. Peaks of joy is the opposite of that. One is lethargy or boredom or apathy or just simply feeling numb. And the other one is peaks of joy. This isn't just joy. This is peaks of joy. And this reminds me of this one. This is peaks of joy. This is your best possible outcome. Brought about by some kind of shaking up or coming apart. Okay, so coming up for you in the future. Here, let's do it like this. You have the Child of Water in with Gentle Gardener. You have another child in here. Are some of you realizing that you are going to have a baby? Is that possible? Because you have the Ace of Earth, which is a baby. This is a fawn. This is not a full-grown deer. This is the very beginning of something. You have the Child of Fire. You have the unexpected visitor. You have this child. Are some of you having a baby? But in the future, this looks so beautiful, you guys. Between the Gentle Gardener here, I mean, just look at her face. She is so gentle and kind and loving and nurturing. So protective and loving. Just shines down warmth down on those eggs and fairies. Takes good care of her plants. Takes good care of her young ones. Pours a lot of her nurturing love into this. And then you have the Child of Water, which is the most sensitive, the most empathic, the most loving, emotionally loving or sensitive of all of the children. The one that needs the most emotional care because he or she is so sensitive. It seems to me as though you truly do want to nurture and love and put your care into the things that really matter to you in the future. And the things that really matter to you can be anything. You know that more than I do. But it seems as though you're more than willing to do what it takes to nurture things in a loving way, in the best possible way. Which is amazing, you guys. You're fully on board with your higher path right now with the North Node in Cancer. This could be nurturing a dream. This could be nurturing an actual child, nurturing a home, nurturing a relationship, nurturing love. This could also be a person that has come into your life that is prominent in your near future, that shows this to you, shows you how to do this more. If this is a person that has come in, this person is extremely loving and nurturing and is showing you that it's okay to be nurtured. You don't have to be the tough billy goat that's always running around providing for other people or doing things all the time and being tough all the time. You deserve to be taken care of by others or another, or you're realizing this is what you have been needing. This is what you've been thirsty for. This is what you've been thirsty for. This is truly what you want deep within yourself. It may be outside of your comfort zone. It may be something that you're not really all that familiar with or used to, but it seems as though it's extremely fulfilling emotionally for you, where I don't know. I mean, I'm getting a really beautiful feeling, but it's hard to put into words. It's like It's like you've reached paradise, or you've reached heaven, or you feel filled with love for the world in general, or for connections in general. If you have been working on a garden this spring, your garden will grow nicely. Also, if you have children, you may want to work on a garden with your children. Even if you live in an urban environment, there's usually still community gardens around someplace that you can join up with and teach your child something meaningful about growing plants, or about getting in touch with nature, or taking your child out to really beautiful places outside, maybe for picnics, or to go to the beach for a day, to pick up seashells at the beach, to do the meaningful things in life that have nothing to do with work, or nothing to do with goals, or nothing to do with the usual Capricorn stuff. This is the opposite. You need this. This is coming up for you. So you right now, hang on one moment. I'll be right back. Okay. So you right now are the Fool or the Seeker, and with cleaning house. This cleaning house thing has been going on for you guys for a while, huh? You know, what I'm getting is that you're having a hard time balancing these two things. Really, what you really want to do is strike out on your own, or have an adventure, or go seek things that are outside you, outside of your house. This woman is outside of her house, if she even has a house. She may just be a backpacker or a hiker that's doing the Appalachian Trail or something for a number of months and camping along the way. This really has nothing to do with a house or cleaning anything or a home situation. This is about adventure, trying new things, doing new things. Into the unknown. But you're saddled to this cleaning house situation. Either you have to do repairs on your house, you have to work on your house, or you work from your home-based business where you work from home, or there's something going on with your home that you have to deal with. Or it could be that there's the everyday little things that you have to do to upkeep things. Pay the bills, pay the rent, pay your mortgage, yard work, all different kinds of things that you have to do just to have your everyday existence. But something about this feels to me as if it has become drudgery, or it seems as though it's never ending. Just when you clean the house, a couple of days later, it has to be cleaned again. Then after you clean it again, a couple of days later, it's messy all over again. You have to clean it all over again. I have this feeling that you're over this and you really just need to, you're almost tempted to get rid of your house or sell your house, or go into minimalism, where you get rid of all of it, pretty much almost all of your possessions, and you narrow it down to one tiny little bundle that you can take with you, so you don't have to deal with all of that stuff, or duties, or responsibilities, or things that you have to upkeep. You're over it, I'm getting. You really just need to go. And you know, honestly, you guys, your house doesn't have to be spotless. You know what? Sometimes it's okay to leave your house be trashed and go out, instead of thinking about it or having it linger in your mind of all of the stuff you have to do. Instead, just leave the house trashed and go out and do something completely different. If you do that, you might very well have the revelation that you need to simplify, or you need to minimalize, or you need to pare down on what you have to upkeep. It seems as though, for whatever reasons, it's a little bit much for you at this time, and it almost is filling you with a sense of dread. You dread having to continuously do this. cleaning up thing. And really, this is what you want. And you have to somehow figure out what to do about this. Either balance these two things where they get equal attention, or again, simplify, minimalize, let go of some things. Really focus on the things that are the most important to you. The rest of it can be let go of or passed on to someone else, or it may simply be that you just need help. Maybe you could have, if you have family members or roommates or children around, get them to help you clean the house. Get them to help you delegate off responsibilities to other people where you are not, it's not all on your own shoulders, or you don't feel so responsible for everything. That way you can have other people clean your house for you while you go out hiking, or you go to a big festival someplace else that you've always wanted to go to, or whatever it is that you feel like seeking. Or even if you look at these two images, the woman in the seeker is walking away from cleaning house. She's got her back to cleaning house. Maybe you're just done. Maybe you're just over it. Maybe you just need to take a break and not even think about that anymore. And if something can, even if this is not physical stuff, as in your house or things you have to do, this is cleaning energy up. You may have tried to clean energy up surrounding you, possibly with other people or just the general vibe around you. Maybe you have been focusing on this, but then it's almost like you give up, thinking, okay, I need other people to want to clean up the energy too. And if they're not going to want to, then maybe I should just let go of it and move on, where I'm not constantly trying to clean this up. Okay? So in your surroundings, you have the 5 of fire. It seems to me as if your environment or your surroundings is pumping up your chi, or pumping up your energy, or your internal passion, or your internal fire. Your passions may be intense at times, where they well up and they almost take you over, where you have to release it in one way or another. Whether it's through intimacy with a partner, whether it's through dancing, whether it's through martial arts. Getting physical is important in your surroundings in order for you to harness this fire. Otherwise, you could self-destruct, or you could be feeling fluctuations in your energy that are so intense that you almost don't really know what to do. You may be finding yourself being irritated more than usual, or things are rubbing you the wrong way more than usual, where you have to hold back on exploding on people when it's really just an internal thing that you're going through. There could possibly be some conflict in your surroundings between different people's needs or wants or desires, and you've been trying to figure out what is the best way to handle this fire. With this, you have metamorphosis. So I see you as channeling this passion or this fire and doing something constructive with it, which is meant to evolve or metamorphosize the situation for the better. If there has been conflicts in your surroundings, it's very possible that this can be transformed or metamorphosized into something that is positive or uplifting or unifying, where people are working together. All you have to do is look at these 2 flamingos. They are together. They are tuned in to each other. Very different from the 5 of fire. The 5 of fire could be looked at as individualism, or being on your own, or independence, and using your fire the way that you want to. But something about this is telling me that in your surroundings, that outlook is no longer working for you. It is no longer time to be individualistic or do everything on your own or harness this fire on your own. Instead, you're supposed to work with others. You're supposed to somehow figure out a way to transform this passion where it's being implemented or used in the best possible way. If there's been conflict with other people around you and this 5 of fire has nothing to do with you, you have the ability to step into this situation and somehow transform it at this time. So your hopes. are for justice, balance, fairness, equality, equal give and take, mutuality, equal respect, not just with people or yourself, but I'm especially getting, for some reason in this reading, this is environmental. This is everything, really. If you look at justice, he has wildlife, he has marshes, he has creeks, he has a heart that's lit up in one hand, and he has a white feather in the other hand. There's creatures all around him, sea turtles, beavers, wildlife, flowers, clean water, a pure environment. Nature is built to be reciprocal, recyclable, to feed itself, where everything is dependent on each other in order to function in the healthiest way. This is the way that our world is set up in actuality, in physical reality. All the species are interdependent on each other. Those are all interdependent on the environment, on food sources, on resources, on having things be healthy in order for us to be healthy. There's something about this you feel very drawn at this time, and your hope is that you can go more in this direction, possibly with working with activism or environmentalism, or getting involved with community pursuits, or protecting wildlife, or protecting resources, protecting water, protecting land, protecting the environment. But I don't mean environment just as in the natural world around you, but your environment, people, situations, energy. You feel very drawn to be a beneficial force in the world where you can bring balance to situations, or this is what you long for. With this, you have, or to bring this, to be this yourself. I mean, obviously, you can go into environmentalism and you can do what you can to work with others to ensure that we keep our environment healthy. But with the justice world, with lawyers and judges and the justice world, the human man-made justice world is not always just. And there's only so many things you can do with it. And oftentimes you need a lot of money or lawyers in order to get anything done, if something gets done. So it may even be that some of you have been hurt this way. Maybe some of you have gone into something like this in the past, but your dreams were crushed because you realized that the justice system is not what you thought it was, and it's actually more corrupt than you thought it was. And this has created some injury to you, spiritually or philosophically, or you started to wonder if this was even really possible, or if everything is just messed up. I don't know who the heck this is for, but I'm also getting, on a less specific note, that justice and fairness and equality and health is what you want. And health, it's in with heal the ouch. Perhaps you have been treated badly. Perhaps you have been treated unfairly. Perhaps things have not been fair. Things have not been just. And that has caused a wound in you. And your hope is that you can renew, that you can heal this wound and start all over on the same path as before, just a little bit wiser than before. Or a little, with your eyes a little bit more open than before. Just because you got knocked down a couple of times doesn't mean that you should give up. You have to still keep on. This is reminding me of a song, The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah, the boxer. You have to get back up. You can't give up just because you have setbacks or wounds. Or to go in a different direction with it. But I'm also getting, on a less broad scale, if this has to do with relationship. It seems as though your hope is that any issues that you have faced with relationships in the past can be healed so that you can cultivate a newer, better, healthier expression of relationships in your life. You have graduated, or your hope is that you will be able to move up a notch and not let these unfair wounds from the past get in the way of you having what you need now. So your general outcome for May is the Three of Water, which is considered a friendship card. It's about soulmates that are dear friends or community members, groups of people, not just two people. And it's in with commitment. Because the Three of Water here is otters, it also represents play. Play, joy, family life, emotional fulfillment, comfort, play, enjoyment. Protecting your young, protecting young things, because otters are extremely protective of their young and take very good care of them. They're very maternal animals, just in general. They live in the water, after all. So with this, you have commitment. I'm getting a specific for some of you that you may be making a commitment, as in agreeing to do something with a group of people. This could be a cooperative where you go into business together. This could be committing to some kind of a trip that you're going to be taking with a certain amount of people. This could be committing to working with others more, committing to be more part of the community, committing to focus more joy and love onto your family members and loved ones. Commitment to taking vacations, commitment to being creative, commitment to being happy, commitment to letting down your guard or your toughness to really let loose and be fully yourself with people that you feel safe with or enjoy the company of. If this is an actual relationship that you're committing yourself to, or that you have decided you want to continue to cultivate this relationship, it looks as if it's a relationship where you guys get to play together, or you get to enjoy yourself. You bring each other a lot of joy. You feel comfortable emotionally with each other. You feel like you can do fun things together. There's a certain amount of trust in this relationship that comes naturally. That's wonderful if that's the case for some of you. And commitment to flow. Commitment to follow what is right for you, or what feels right for you. What feels natural for you. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel natural, it's not for you. But I am getting as your general outcome that something is right, does feel right, something does feel comfortable, something does feel like you can trust it. And because of that, you're able to agree to stick with it. Interesting. Okay, well, hopefully that helped or made sense for you. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you soon for your love readings and your mystery readings for May. I apologize for these coming out so late. I'm juggling a million things right now, and honestly, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all of the things I have to do. I'm trying not to freak out about it. It's kind of reminding me of this. I actually have nothing in Capricorn. I do have Saturn conjunct my Sun Psyche series, and I do have my North Node in the 10th Capricorn house, and my rising is 28 degrees, 27 degrees Sag. So my chart runs as if I have a Capricorn rising, but I do not have a Capricorn rising. And it's odd because I have so many other Saturnine Capricorn things going on in my chart. Oftentimes I can relate to your readings. I can totally relate to this. If this is going on for you too, you know, there's all of the crap I have to do. But really, I just want to bust out and do something completely new, or let go of all of that. But like I said before, there are the things that we have to upkeep. So anyway, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Okay.